Yo, ladies and gentlemen, I am MCZ, and welcome back to Space Engineers MCZ stuff number 3. This time, we are taking a look at the Osiris that you've seen in a couple of my videos, but not just any Osiris. This is the Osiris GT variant that I got through working on, I don't know, a while ago. I just haven't bothered to make a video about until now. But anyway, so yeah, this is the Osiris GT, and over here I believe is a regular Osiris. Actually, yes, one this is a GT also. I have a regular Osiris somewhere, I believe. Here is just a regular Osiris that I modified for pace car duties at racetracks. So this is the base model that's been in the videos, that's been in my videos before. It's got a little bit of, unnecessary stuff, kind of. I mean, just this, ignoring all the pace car bits. It's got these buttons here, and it's got these canopies that can sometimes get stuck, and it's a little bit heavier. Actually a lot heavier than this Osiris GT over here. The Osiris GT uses lighter components, and it doesn't have as much unnecessary stuff on it. So yeah, this is super fast. You remember the Aegis 07R that I featured in the previous MCZ stuff? Well, that doesn't even hold a candle to this. This is almost twice as fast in a straight line, you know, just starting from there going to there. It's insane. It's really, really, really freaking fast. So over here I have a Cutaway model, just so you can see what we're dealing with. Pretty simple construction. And if you're wondering why we're dealing with 12 small reactors as opposed to just one large azimuth reactor. These are azimuth 6-way reactors. That's, well, a couple of reasons. The biggest is that doing that would increase the length of the ship, and also the piping would have to be just a lot more complex and confusing, because you'd have to essentially split the piping off up here and have this pipe go left and then down, then have this pipe go right and then down, and then you'd have to have, well, yeah, you'd have to have 2 connectors there, so you wouldn't have the batteries, you wouldn't have the extra powers from the batteries, which is absolutely necessary. And it's just a whole big mess of, you know, stuff. And yeah, that's why I had to do that. This Cutaway model still has these extra buttons here, but it is a cutaway of an earlier version of the Osiris GT, as you can tell by the paint job. So obviously we've got the azimuth thrusters. We got 2 on reverse duty and 4 on mainsail duty, which is insane power, just ridiculous power. And under here, this has all been replaced by, most of it's been replaced, or some of it I should say, even has been replaced by carbon fiber on the final version, which this isn't the final version here either. I'm going to be breaking that out later. But yeah, so most of this is carbon, but the reason that this is like this is because on the on the original version, I believe it is the oxygen ports of the vanilla cockpits are on the bottom, so that is kind of hard to hook up. So I had to put a bottom skid plate here to make sure that wasn't an issue. You know, you wouldn't land it and then, you know, discover that you had no oxygen in the cockpit because you destroyed the conveyor tubes that were feeding oxygen to you. So that's why this is like that. And on the final version, I believe I've got a radio system. I could be wrong on that, but I think I've got an inactive radio system on the bottom. And of course, you can also add other systems. If you're willing to sacrifice weight, weight is another big target that I always try to hit. Like, I always assign myself a certain weight limit with my ships. So for this, it was 60,000 kilograms, and I believe I ended up at 57, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that's all why that is, why everything's like that. And obviously we have a full-featured oxygen system on top. We got two full-featured oxygen systems. In fact, so a little bit of redundancy brought on by the fact that everything has to, well, you can't use mirroring because it tries to mirror on the cockpits, and as a result, you have to sort of I sort of had to hand build and hand mirror everything, which was time consuming, but I think it was absolutely worth it. In fact, the Osiris, just in general, especially the Osiris GT, this is the benchmark that I hold myself to. Like, every shit that I make nowadays has to be at least almost as good as the Osiris GT. It's just absolutely, I think, my magnum opus, the best ship hands down I've ever built. You know, I've really loved the Osiris, and I hope you will too. I think you will if you go ahead and download it. It's going to be on the Steam Workshop. But yeah, just such a fantastic ship, absolutely fantastic. Obviously, up front we have the gyroscope compartment, but I can't really dig it away because the well, actually, can I? Yes, I can. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig away the gyroscope compartment just so you can see what we're dealing with as far as gyros are concerned, because this thing is wicked on gyroscopes. It's got many a gyroscope, as Failrace would put. So 3, 6. It's got 12 gyroscopes, and of course 2 attached connectors here on the back. By the way, the original Osiris is on the workshop also, and it's got 3 favorites, I believe, despite not having that many downloads, which is absolutely crazy because it seems like not a lot of people actually bothered to just add stuff to their favorites on the workshop, the Steam Workshop anymore. But yeah, one other thing, by the way, this thing sounds wicked, dude. Like, it sounds wicked. You may be thinking, okay, this is a ship in Space Engineers. How could it sound wicked? Well, just listen to the startup sound, and I shall show you. Oh, and that idle too. That idle is just so vicious. It's menacing. It's menacing in the same way, like, well, it's just low and mean. Just a guttural growl. And okay, yeah, it's the same reactor idling sound that just repeated 12 times, but still, if you have the volume up well, not all the way, but just enough, it will shake your desk. Like, if I didn't have my headphones in right now, it would literally be rattling everything off my desk. And I'm looking over at my speaker right now, and it's at almost half volume. It's insane. The Osiris is crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down because that sounds epic also. Such a rush to listen to the Osiris, I think. It's just so vicious. And obviously we got the Azimuth cockpit here, Azimuth fighter cockpit, which is extremely luxurious, but it's also lighter than the vanilla cockpit, which I found to be I found it to be quite surprising, actually, given the fact that you have all this in the vanilla cockpit. You know, it's just all metal and stuff. This is like, you got a leather seat, you know, or Alcantara or whatever it is. You got all these screens here. You got a freaking cup holder. You got a freaking cup holder. That's pretty luxurious. And then a couple of storage compartments over there. And just some other stuff. In fact, on one prototype of the Osiris, I'm not sure if it was actually included in the final version, but yeah, the radio version that the radio that I mentioned, I'm not sure if that was actually in the final version. By the way, the Vulture, my inertial dampeners, there we go, the UNE Spacefighter Vulture Mark II, that's an awesome ship also. I should totally have done a video on that, because it's crazy, dude. So let's actually spawn in the final version of the Osiris GT and take it around for a lap here at the Skeleton Run racetrack. Yeah, as you can see, this version has carbon here. The plates, these plates here aren't carbon because the carbon fiber blocks mod doesn't include plates, which is unfortunate, but it's a touch lighter than that non-final prototype that we were just in. That was over 58,000 kilograms. This is 57,670 kilograms. And down there on the right, you can see that the reactors put out 57.92 megawatts, which is just barely enough, but that's all you need, right? That's all you need. So, I went for a tour of this track in my previous Space Engineers MCZ stuff, but just in case you haven't seen that, I'm going to take you on a tour again. So coming down here on the main straight, you get to super high speeds. If you're coming down there, I believe in an Osiris GT, you can reach, I think it's 280 meters per second before you reach this first asteroid. So you come into this asteroid, and then you got this outcropping. You go to the left here because that's the fastest route, and it's also the least risky. There are 3 possible ways that you can go through here. Another way is around here, and if you are an absolute dunce, you can try to fit down here, but that's just not very fast at all. So coming through here into the second asteroid, you go to the outside because, well, you could actually go the inside and it would be faster going to the inside, but the outside is just a little bit easier to hit consistently, I feel, even though you do have a couple of issues to deal with. You've got this here and you've got that stalactite there, but other than that, a pretty easy line to hit, and it's full throttle all the way around this. By the way, I find it best to run about 20, I'm going to go with 29% gyroscopes here, just so you actually have to move the mouse a little bit more so you can be a little bit more stable. But this long left-hand turn tightens here, right, and then it's straight for just a little bit, and then you go back up, and then, or I should say, well, yeah, up and then down, and then, and then you go straight through the chicane on the right because that's the fastest route. Actually, I'm going to kick my gyroscopes back up because it's kind of a little bit hard to fly. And then it's around that turn, and then down into the final tunnel turn, and then back level, and you're across the line. Yeah, super interesting track. By the way, it's the Skeleton Run racetrack if you want to download it. I've actually got to move that racer that comes with this world. The Osiris GT is sitting here at the start line, but I do want to give a quick shout out to something before I actually hop in for the lap, and that is this over here, the Quantum Leggera. This was sort of a space Lamborghini thing made by Ass Hunter. It's just glorious, dude. It's amazing. In fact, this was the benchmark for the original Osiris when I first made that. This is the inspiration. This is the vehicle that I had to beat. And I did a pretty awesome job of it. But, you know, there's something to be said for the original, the OG two-seater space hypercar. So, I mean, if you're into classics, definitely go get this. It looks absolutely incredible, and it flies absolutely incredible also, even though the side thrusters obviously are nothing to write home about, being just regular azimuth side thrusters. But yeah, it's great. It really is a fantastic ship. I have had tons and tons of fun in this ship, so definitely go and download it. I mean, seriously, like, just it's incredible. Of course, I haven't had as much fun with it as I have the Osiris and the Osiris GT. In fact, I'm trying to think of a good way to put together a trailer for this bad boy. So, tell me if you would like to see that trailer. Heck, I might put it up anyway, because I think I have a pretty awesome idea that you guys might find really entertaining. So, here we go. I hope I can pull a clean lap for you guys. If I can't, this is gonna look so bad. But first attempt, Osiris GT at the Skeleton Run racetrack. 3, 2, 1, go! So up to huge speed down the front straightaway. Gonna have to blip the throttle there. Just really lean on the lateral thrusters throughout this entire section. Go up, space bars up, and then see how far and fast I can rail it around here. Getting up to over 100 meters per second. I'm sorry, this thing is absolutely visceral. And then up, down, through the chicane, blasted straight through, lean as hard as I can on those inertial dampeners. And then, well, kind of case it there a little bit. But we are back around already for, well, a pretty clean lap, aside from the end there. That was, whew, I don't know how fast that was. That felt like it was under 38 seconds. That felt like a super lap, aside from the couple of mistakes there. But yeah, by the way, one thing that you're going to want to do if you want to really enjoy this to this fullest is to use it with the super inertia dampeners mod that I published, but it's actually Digi's creation. So you're going to want to download that. That's how I'm able to get such superb handling from this ship, and the Aegis, which is something I forgot to disclose in the previous Space Engineers MCZ stuff, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, of course, being that I'm using Ryder's modular thrusters, it's gonna handle pretty well anyway, because these are really, 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 really good modular thrusters that can really be used for absolutely anything. But yeah, the Osiris GT. Man, I'm super proud of this ship, and I hope you guys enjoy it when I put it up on the workshop. I mean, because I can't not put up on the workshop. I'm just too proud of this creation. Oh, yeah, this does have the radio system, in fact, so I'm gonna just see if I can... Keyloggins, please don't sue me, but this is Danger Zone. It's such a good song. So if you're just taking this thing on a track day and you want something awesome and driving to really push you along, this is the song, dude. This is the song. And over here we have, I believe, the emergency timer. So just let me go ahead and turn Danger Zone off. Okay, there we go. No! Okay, so over here, anyway, one thing that I forgot to show you is the emergency timer. So that turns everything off if you find yourself in a bit of a pickle. You know, you at least still have enough fuel to keep oxygen for 37 days while you're in deep space. So hopefully you can set up some sort of beacon, and you can even cannibalize parts of the Osiris to help build a base or something like that. But, so yeah, the Osiris GT, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you really, really liked it and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. Hey, I've been MCZ. This has been the Typhoon Osiris GT. You've been awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video. MCZ out.